We're recording right now. So here we are, we're at EduCon, and I started the video too early. Brianna's upset. We're talking about MOOCs, massive open online courses, and typically I think they pick a theme and they try to teach us everything that you can know about a theme, say digital storytelling. I think that's a hoarding attitude towards education, and I'd rather look at it through a curator's lens. And what I mean by that is, take one thin slice, just one lens through which we do digital storytelling. Let's do 3 of those maybe in a week and spend the rest of the week trying to figure out how do we process what we've learned in those thin slices. Now, Brenna's doing cool stuff. You're doing stuff with kids.
With high school kids, and I would add to that and agree that with high school kids you want to jump in and do that specific area and make them very small, in fact like 3 days. But what the difference is between a high school or higher ed MOOC and a high school or a K-12 MOOC is you have to develop relationships and community and talk to the kids ahead of time about what they should put out there and what they shouldn't, and it's so key in order to think about security and other issues just by teenagers are teenagers.
Yeah, that relationship thing is important. Donna, did you want to?
I guess what I think about when I think about it is the whole need to really have a particular focus, and for teachers and as they get involved in the process to start thinking about what my focus is. I'm just thinking of a day we spent with some math teachers, and we did all sorts of stuff that would be considered digital storytelling around the concept of math, but they had that real focus which allowed them then to really make some personal connections with what they were learning.
Okay, cool. Dave?
And for me, I'm a MOOC dropout. So I've tried to get into a few of them, but I find that it's too big and comprehensive, and I think that one thing to be really neat is to immediately build small cohorts that can work together to curate and to actually put things together without it just being, here's one more link and here's one more thing to look at.
Okay, Mike?
I'm just starting to get my head wrapped around the MOOC concept, but one thing that's just jumped into my head is in a building, as an administrator, could we look at possibly doing like a school-wide project or school-wide small project, like a school-wide read as a MOOC, and having it all done at once so everybody's getting the same information at the same time, and then do some school-wide projects that would build off of that. So that's my initial thoughts.
So how about you? Have you ever signed up for a MOOC? How did that go? What worked well? What would you change if you could change anything? And how would you apply that in like a high school classroom or your classroom? Cheers.